Dr. Samura Matthew Wilson Kamara. After the parliamentary and the district chairperson them and the mayor them, he come out with a statement. You want to know what Dr. Samura Kamara say? After we don't know now say SLPP get 81 seats in parliament and APC get 54 seats, and APC now they win Freetown, and also APC now they win the rural. Yeah, Kasha Land Coal now still win Waterloo. On this trip, who say the last time I interview I didn't forget to. Well, ask him for that road. Now, gentle, now you don't make a road down Waterloo. So I don't know, Castle don't win and back. Anyway, let's go first to Dr. Samura. What he say? Me company citizens them, he company Salon people. I dey write to una today with deep concern for the state of Salon in democracy. As una presidential candidate, we believe tranga one pan the core principles of transparency, accountability, and the one we most paramount, when are the importance of respecting the will of the people. And not go set me mouth in the face of waiting they happen recently. Dr. Samura say, Mba, he not they set him out today, he not they set him out tomorrow. For the things them where he don't see they happen recently. The election where we see before we on yai. Lack of transparency. Mimboku. And that one day no make we heart sweet. It a trouble we. And na the very foundation of the democratic process. Where we for bilam, pan where we for believe we get trust and integrity. But oya, they don't shake them. They don't shake them. They don't shake them. They don't shake them. We, as citizens, as Salon people, we get the right to a fair and honest electoral system. One way we could do na for uphold the sacred principle who say we nation go team up Trangawan. But oh yeah, me people we find ourselves in a situation who say the true voice of the people, they don't fling them corner side. The results, not only for the presidential race, but also for the selection of members of parliament, the mayor and the local representatives them. Don't make we dey ask this boko question, because the doubt will get it don't be bebe one with the concern where will they show. And that question I would they ask, we not go just ignore them or just fling and parents say, but push bo, what's a better thing? In solidarity with me party, when I APC, I dey team up one against accepting the questionable outcome they are. we for demand accountability and we for initiate a thorough investigation inside the electoral process. The truth, we for bring them to light. For light lamp and the dark. And we want them, we're responsible for any tampale business. We for all and back on, make them pay for that. This democracy again as Alonso. It not deserve less so. We for sure and say we proud of him. Now the time for make we unite. We for create an alliance of citizens dedicated for preserve the principles we form the bedrock of we nation. We not say we get difference them, but this time let we all team up and tap the team them where na difference for we. For the cause we fight, it greater, it big, plus any individual or any party. Together, we can work towards restoring the integrity of the democratic system, and we go ensure that the will of the people go prevail. I refuse for accept the results here where Mohamed Kone don announce. Fail. I don't accept them. Dr. Samura, Matthew, Wilson, Kamara. So that's what Dr. Samura said. He said the result from the presidential. And I don't tell we say he no accept. He come out today. He come out to the parliamentarian and the mayor. He don't talk back say him no agree. I asked Giston for the small party them. Alhaji Ba say the small party them, then they part think sorrowful. Then ki abop sewe enough day, then ki can meet them. But this one, come on bad for them. Let's continue. Democracy is participation and representation. Waiting the people they want, the will of the people must be respected. The one that will make noise, loud one. Who for you read them? And Dr. Samura they talk soon. We not they accept fabricated figures. We not they accept anti there. We not they accept tomorrow. Says Osamu. He say waiting we not they doubt safe. Unlike the results where Mame Kone announce. Now for say the West they team up for democracy and the Western nation right now then they stand for protect democracy Nasa alone. All the votes them Therefore, count them in a transparent and accountable manner. Me, Osamu, I continue for reject the result them. It does not reflect the will of the people. On June 24, Salon people them then come out boku one. And then say this time, then they vote for change. Then democratic right for choose and to be represented by the legitimate government must not only be respected but for protect them. And they support all what international partners they say. In a way manner when they demand transparency and accountability. God bless Sierra Leone, Dr. Samura Matthew Wilson Kamara, 2023 presidential candidate of the APC. Hi. APC. Una dey go court or una no dey go court? Because the rumor wey dey pass now say, well, me I not say it, I don't know if they be right answer ten, I mean not see. For say APC say they no dey work. Parliamentarian or parliamentarian. I don't know if the mayor mix day. But they say they no get for work. Now rumor, I don't know if that's true. Una dey go court or una no dey go court. And also begin to kind of gist now. Where people let me they talk, court, who's kind court? Tripoli. You say self no say the court system not correct. So how do you intend to resolve this? I feel to say the APC, if you claim say they not for go court because the court not correct, how then for resolve this? Because all eyes there on the courts now. All eyes there on the court. For me, I feel say them for go court. Just say from the one in the town I say them for do new election. Election not cheap, brah. Then is the ask court for waiting. The APC say. The APC say. Then say. They win. But the results not reflect. So electoral courts then are salon. But if Katie they suggest say. Then for go ECOWAS courts. Only when they don't go ECOWAS court. Who that don't get something? The one they don't go ECOWAS court first. ECOWAS court. Na salon. Sam Sumana go there. Ibrahim Tommy. Yes, he go there. We again want remember we don't go ECOWAS court. We salon honor. Me to me, ECOWAS na sham. Yeah. Na so me feel. Because let's say now, okay, then we don't say forgive Sam Sumana. From all the government say they no mix para la pinta di. What ECOWAS courts don't do? They able for enforce anything? ECOWAS stand for just like minds them for meat and give themselves tapping at the back. Ah. Now you know. I don't feel to say, with all we don't see ECOWAS court do, then ruling them. Ah. Must this say, APC they afraid for go courts because that they bully, na them bill am. But I believe say go serve them right if they go there. ECOWAS na den threaten Dumbuya na Guinea. Then get time all. Not saying still sit on this so. Not saying still sit on this. ECOWAS. I beg do ya. ECOWAS na that party we no get mind telling party too. ECOWAS. You don't get that kind of party day where they see they do bad so you know Christ tell you to safe. Because you self go tell and say, bruh, what you want to tell me? No, the same thing you said they do. ECOWAS court, they are la say by see the telling say, when I not get jurisdiction at Salon. Salon is sovereign states. The only thing we need to do that when I be able to watch him. So on account proof it. ECOWAS to ECOMOG. But any other team forgets you. Forget you. But they have to go to court. Me, that's what I think. I feel say them for going to court there and test the system. And for good day. All eyes they now on the judiciary. At least it gonna make the EU then work easy. You know, say the last time they write about the court, the judiciary vex. They said them blast for EU. We get Chinese party. What you need other pumu them party for? Yes, sir. I missed your call the other day.
No problem. No say be not late.
Yes, okay. You get the platform, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, AAA. For me, the real concern, we get three arms of government. We get the judiciary, where people do not get confidence in. We get the executive, when are they the president and the minister, and we get the parliament. And parliament, now in the area we are more concerned about. Because I'll tell you now why. When we look at these results, already SLPP don't get 81 parliamentary seats. APC don't get 54. And normally we get the paramount chief MP there, we decide the government. So, with that alone, all they need now another 6 seats. We get new people in our parliament. They can pass any law with the 2/3 majority. So start from the parliament. Then they get the speaker, the deputy speaker, who is also the head of the Parliamentary Affairs Committee, the Public Accounts Committee. Then they had all the key parliamentary committees there. Committee of Appointments, So they can do anything at Parliament. Even the APC members, the way they did this, then go just do the number for talk. When it comes to vote, they never for we. But what's in the other real concern when it comes to this Parliament issue? We get this law, which some of the panelists they don't talk, but the Constitution. We get Section 38, when I first pass the post. We get Section 38A, when at the PR system. I want to rub more small on this PR system. When they introduce them, we get people in the civil society, people like Abdul Fatoma, you know, the other one like Andrew Lavali. We even get Emmanuel Safa Abdullah. We say this is not good thing because waiting and they say SLPP will get sit in a APC stronghold, APC will get sit in a SLPP stronghold. But if we analyze the results, the only place where SLPP no get seats are Bombali. Then if you take APC, in the east, the only side where they get seats are Kono, which are 3 seats. The south and the southeast, south they no get nothing. Southeast, I think so they get 2 or 3 in Moyamba. So what does that mean? It means with them particular numbers they can change anything in the constitution. And we know that even with this PR system, they will make it a permanent force. And the census result they will do, we notice their area, they go over 90% votes, they get 100% seats. So they will always dominate parliament. So this now will be a fallback position for them. For say, even if we not win the presidency, we will control the parliament, and parliament now get for make decision, then get for scrutinize government. We get this strange situation at Tongwe. We see at the last parliament. Minister then supposed to give account to parliament. The chairpersons them of the committees them, they're supposed to hold the parliament to ministers into account. But they can call their minister, and if they know can, they know they can. And of course, we have this other situation where the first person they appoint is the anti-corruption commissioner. He don't take over the role of parliament. Which I mean by that? I mean say now, when you take the audit commission report, if you check with constitution, that the public accounts committee now then get power for looking to them, and then get for give rights to any institution for taking a decision. Well now, because they know they do that, the anti-corruption commissioner now, they don't take over the role of parliament. Because now they begin look at things that within the constitution. The other dangerous thing again now we law is that the president now they appoint the clerk of parliament. The clerk of parliament is the administrative head. The speaker, you go talk say now they manage the affair of the business. Between the clerk and the speaker, now they determine whose bill they go before parliament, whose other things the parliament they decide. We hear say even with Mohamed Koné appointment, I interviewed Charles Magai on another channel. Even Kanda Yunkela, the strategic alliance man, say 51 MPs then vote against her. For God's sake, if you look at if you get to the electoral commission for now get a panel, we include the major parties that we go interview more than one person, then decide, and then parliament go approve that person before president go say, well, appoint the people. Let not take people in time. Let just come now to freedom. We only talk about the municipality, the fight between Gento and Akisua. Yes, Akisua don't win. Even if Akisua take over the running of Freetown, it will be a lame duck mayor. We see at the last time. And now it's even worse because one of the concerns, the mayor are the head of the city administration. You want to draw with constitution, why it get to be supervised by the minister for local government? And if we take the last term, where Akisha have been stand against Papare, who represent SLPP. When Papare lost the election, they make a minister of local government for a short while. Now this time, Gento don't lost the election. We don't get a new ministry. We have a ministry for Western region. Law not be surprised, say they make Gento minister for Western region. We go mean say he will get control over the mayor of Freetown, and we'll get the same problem. So me all short take what they tell people them. We are slowly going to a one-party state. And the way this thing is going, they have won the election and they're planning for retain power because they will still look at the PR system and then we still get majority in parliament, then we change all the law them, then we look at all the statutory instruments, then we get no way for do. So what do we have to do? As some of the panelists they say, I'm in the Kenya, where they change everything. We get for go back and rewrite the constitution. And when we rewrite the constitution, what will they aim for do? We get for remove all the executive power, most of the executive power of the president. Like Kenya now, I did it when even the Inspector General of Police, then the interviewer let people know if anybody get anything to do with that, then we'll actually put them forward. In Sierra Leone now, the Inspector General of Police was supposed to be scrutinized by the Police Council according to the Constitution. The Vice President is the head of the Police Council. So as long as the executive get them powers and there will Constitution there with this, so we're in for a long game out. So for finish, I'll tell you people, let's say, if we not fix Parliament, Salon will go into a one-party state. Because if the results are left after last day now, then one-party state will get. With the rumor say people, let's say, the president want change the term to 7 years. Then can do it. Nobody not going to check them. So as Sierra Leoneans, they'll do like the Kenyans them, we'll get a new constitution, get a referendum where everybody accepts and make sure say we deal with that clause that the constitution will say sovereignty belongs to the people. But I'm afraid this new parliament will come, it go worse than the one we left there. So I telling our listeners then, thank you very much and AAA for giving me this opportunity for Rob much and this talk small.
Thank you very much, Victor. That's not Victor Mengot. We can always get an air once in a while. Now you don't take that one day. Yes, Alpha, you saw me for the week, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Triple A, and big thank you to Usfren. I think this whole week we pass, we just spend 5 minutes or above that, small, for talk about the outcome of the election, because we say the CSL boss we don't start for the results, and today don't give the parliamentary results. But before I go deep into what I want to talk on, we see many people struggle for get the difference between headman, tribal heads, and then paramount chief. Fortunately for me, in the western area, I come out, so all them people here, apart from the paramount chief, they operate there. For example, the headman, nine are the representation, and the head, like when you say the president, the headman are like the head of the village. Like in the western area, rural, you get the Gloucester, Regent, Battle, Charlotte, Motte, Mongeba, you name this, go na the peninsula, you get the York, all the villages, they all get village head. Then village head, they are responsible for run the affairs of the village. Yeah. And when you look at the village, we get different tribes, then we don't come settle na them villages then they not only like a way immediately dominated by one tribe, we predominantly western area and median creed majority, but because of them don't help, them don't bring more people, and don't men some picking them, they don't born some picking them, so the population don't increase. Moreover, this rural and urban migration thing don't bokuna western area, so we get different tribes and we don't get a huge amount of people. And so there comes in the tribal heads. Then tribal heads, then they now they're responsible for the different tribes the way they now the western areas and now then village them. So for example, if you go to Gloucester, the Leicester, then get them different tribal heads. You get the Limba tribal heads, you get the Loko tribal heads. Then one day, like a law say now for Limba, if the Limba person gets complaint, he get problem. If you're not able to access the village head, if they go to that and tribal head, then they go lay complain. Then that tribal head they will call it and the person and try for settle that dispute day. Even though this government may raise eyebrows, lawyer Kowa, I will quote them exactly. Instead of find the way then tribal heads here they make, yeah, where then they find them people and for course like when they say you kasi. Lawyer Kowa may say outside that money they go. So that money they need for go back in a government cover. But that is a whole discussion on your own. Because for me, I come up from that route today. I did a lot of research and work on that. Yeah. So it is very much important. Come on, they go to the paramount chief them. Of course, most times we not get paramount chief in the western area. We get paramount chief them na the provinces them. when you go na the north, you go na the south, then get empowerment chief them. And the unfortunate side, we system, we land your system as well as the constitution. You will then empowerment chief, you for hail from then provincial areas there. Now that make this very clear. People like, let's say for example, the crew, I know they preach tribalism here for nobody not quote me. Not the crew not able to get rights to go stand as paramount chief na any provincial town them or provincial areas them. You know why? Because they hail from Western area, and that's we books them tell we, even though otherwise we don't get research them, we don't prove other things. So for a clear justification or for local people to understand, this now waiting make we get the tribal heads, village heads, and then paramount chief. Again, they all go appreciate or like acknowledge the president for his second term, tell and thank you. But when you watch some of them indirectly, now they complain or waiting the morning, them nine them go lay before the paramount chief. So, for example, the tribal heads, then now they try to make them get council of tribal heads office, where the government will recognize them, will begin pay them and all these things. So every opportunity we can people use them as a way for pave their way through. So now then thing then they happen. Let's go back to the point then quickly. Till now Saturday, all thing go. Yeah. At the begin with ECSL. You know, even though ECSL they claim say they're transparent and this and that, but in a game wherein EU don't comment, I mean, don't comment, APC don't comment, NEW don't comment, US Embassy don't comment, to name but others. All the points at transparency. For me, as far as I'm concerned, if every other person not gets a right, yeah, I believe say ECSL gets a role for play for respond or for show transparency to all the way we don't call the name, we don't call them out, say look, we are not transparent. Not put APC come out inside this picture, first of all. Yeah. Now, you know go publish results, call results where the RRF forms them, not be displayed now all the polling centers them. If for them up to a week. So anybody can go and verify. By now, if you get connection, I mean, list of all side and votes, you were able to access all the RRF from them. When you say second day that you place now, you go to and call, you're able for like a see what thing they go on. But up till now, EU they call ECSL for produce RRF form. And the RRF form, very, very much important. Flag you to make important. Let people know this. Now, all the parties that will participate, were present. Particular polling station day. Now then they sign say yes, we did when they do this election and at this station we don't count, we don't see any discrepancy. If we the discrepancy day, we are aware of that, we sign and we approve, say yes, this station nothing not happen, no problem, no did it. So now that results day, now the original results where ECSL for move with, that they use for count. But if that results that they're missing, we know they see on some side, then it speaks volume. Whether people want for politicize or now, but now we put politics for once. I like me brother, TTJ, he say, nah, bad precedent this. It's not good for like when they set bad precedents. No matter even if the system faulty. Not set bad precedents because you want for suit something. You know what will happen? Tomorrow, this same bad precedent go haunt you. Today, it's sweet, it's enjoyable. That they dance with it and call yes. Now, you can use the system for suit you. If they turn and give you tomorrow, you go want for begin complain. And that we don't see today. Many people they call on the previous administration, therefore we don't correct this thing, therefore don't do this. Correct. I agree with these people 1000% if percentage will permit me. But again, if this previous administration failed to do the necessary correction, why must we continue in the wrong footing? Why can't we do things the proper way? Besides, our current regime or government say they are on a new direction, a new platform. We've turned all things have passed away. We don't delete the APC from the ruling system. Let them not rule this 5 years. Why can't we go on a clean, clear trajectory? Instead, we begin go back, they get some negatives, then we'll talk, we say, oh, APC, they don't do them. Now go back. It's clear when they get the SLPP representative, 98.1 with Abikago. They said, "Bona left with Christiana Chop me do a band station them in this." So must we continue in the wrong footing? Where are we going? What is the headway our nation is making in terms of democracy? What is the headway? What do we learn inside this entire system? So anybody who gets the opportunity to take control of the system can manipulate we anytime, anyhow. Now that make that philosopher say, not to the one that will vote, they determine whether they rule. Now whether they count the votes, then they determine. And that's what we have seen right now. The APC, they cry, then get the number, not to them no more. This is not the thing I want for no. If not me, only APC, they call on the ECSL, say they're not transparent, then this and that. Trust me, we for me very, very well understand, say yes, this is not politics. Now because they don't beat them or whatever. But no, independent body, don't call the ECSL out blatantly, clear, openly, say, look, we are not transparent. So if somebody wants to bring politics into this thing, I'm afraid we are missing the point. What have we learned from this whole thing, this whole process? It's a new process. Yes, the PR system. Some of we rejected this. We raised some of these points. These same SLPP, the folks, the media say, oh, this PR system, they bring inclusion. Now I challenge anybody. Now show me, apart from the SLPP and APC in the parliament, now show me the third force where they in the parliament. We said these things. It's a very clear picture. I even go further and do some research inside the PR system they operate. Look at the threshold when they set. Even if they combine all the upcoming parties, then they're not get 11 point almost %. Then we say, oh, in PR system, they encourage inclusion. Let's forget this thing. It's a clear game plan for delete or move smaller parties them is of the system. Not talking about independent. Who's independent? So they go pull 11 point almost %. You know, Now go to my next point. Gento and Akisoya. Interesting. Two parties them. Although Akisoya not the contest say win, but he say she deserve more than waiting and call for them. Again, the RRF from come inside. She said she's going to produce 75% of the RRF form. We don't even tell her and say it gets more votes than waiting the ECSL allocates to them. Let's make her say allocate, because if income proven to say we say waiting then at the RRF form, it gets passed down. It means ECSL SIDOM then do mathematics and calculation, which we all see in the presentation way the Mohamed Kone do. Say, well, this, now this, we get to move this. This is the problem when we made it foresee. We will meet against this PR system. Now we see so in a broad daylight. Yeah. So for me, Gento, well, you don't accept the result, even though instead get some queries. But then they will say, because in an election, we post a loss, it must get for fair way, they catch something. Say, well, this now make a loss. But the fact remains, the transparency stand out seriously for ECSL. Now go down quick one because of time. I don't talk on about the PR system. The last one I will talk on now with security. You see, when we get state capture, when we get a situation wherein institutions are being pluralized, wherein institutions cannot operate independently, these are some of the issues we will continue to see. Like my landed brother Omar, Marwa respect so much. It don't bring hammer this one, not to one, not to two. Until and unless I repeat this one, I don't say them. Until and unless we change the constitution, until and unless we get national development plan devoid from politics. Trust me, we are not ready to make any change. We are not ready to move forward. I will give the reason, and then that will be my end. Now, if the constitution not change, any party where they take after this 5 year, where they come back, 2020, almost yonder, yeah, and they use this system, in fact, more worse than waiting this SLPP regime they do so. More worse. You know why they don't already get a precedent where the SLPP regime don't set? So trust me, we are not heading forward, but we are fast heading backward. We dey move forward backward more than all the one we dey press before. Not surprised if the MCC reports begin change because of some of them here. It should not be a surprise to us at all, because this was the government that claimed, oh, we are transparent, we are fighting corruption, we are this, we are that. Yeah. So if we begin to see changes in the MCC scorecard or whatever, let nobody not say, this now, wait, this, that. Now some of them here that they use for access the MCC. And then the last one I will say, now towards the security them also, you see, when you they do your work, yeah, when you know say this one, I not side anybody, trust me, it's difficult for them blame you. But if you watch when the APC then they give them press release them, they always they reference the police. Say, look, on a need for being independent, on a need for doing our work impartially, and at the end of the day, on a name will they out of this system and things then will go out good in our country. So for me, I'm going to take this weekend. I pray that peace will continue for in our country. We no will ever deal on this platform for support violence or for campaign violence happening in our country. I thank you very seriously.
Thank you very much, Alpha.
You're welcome.
Yes, Umar, what you get for it?
Oh, thank you very much. Sorry, I didn't have a shop, but I don't come out my door. I hope you're clear. Yeah, you know, I just did pick up on Alpha in last word. I hope say this will not be do me or do you teach for that. I dey pray say if na APC now they take over 2028. Just like how Samura the tell we been going to England, we been in London, we gonna then shop and with them maybe tell her. I hope say because maybe say maybe if na be win, it be for put away the do me or do you. But maybe the man don't he don't he don't get a run with this thing 2 term. Maybe he don't reach a point where he just figures it. To hell with this. Enough is enough. Like go find something else for do with my life. But wherever we come, if na APC win, if na SLPP win back, this do me or do you therefore stop. Because if you not stop, like where Alpha says so, I mean, if we reach to a point, we might as well just forget about democracy, or we might as well just forget about election. Because APC could do something so bad that if they know they again the other, if SLPP come back, they will just say, well, what are they need to do for election? So now they the democracy we they don't fight for so hard, they go down. I hope say them figure say, you know what? Somebody get for take the highway. Somebody get for be the big one. Even when they don't do everything to you this way, did you ever take that position there again? Do things in the right way. No change laws them for profit you. The police the way they cry today. Embrace them, but make them be independent. Me and brother Mokramo, we've been getting this argument yesterday. They talk say it not going to ever happen because the president Nenga forever always select or pick the Supreme Court judge. If we get a serious constitution, we then write down thoroughly and think about the people, then can put modalities them or then can put laws them down where even that man, that guy where they talk just now say himself been gonna ECOWAS, what's his name himself, that lawyer guy, one, Abraham Tommy been give a perfect example today. Is it if now the Supreme Court justice them, if then get a law-minded people or the Bar Association, then pick 10 or 15. Then carry and go to the president. Say now then wire. Select 7. In pick the 7, that's it. Let the justice themselves pick their own chief. Let them vote, then pick who that for be their own Supreme Court judge. And that's it. Let the lawmakers say, that's it. Nothing else you're not going to do. You need able to fire a judge. You need able, once you don't select them, then that's it. Moving forward. You can't do anything else. If somebody died, now the same thing. They can choose 2 or 3 and pick one day, and that's all they can do. But we can't create laws then. Why? Because if now you they pick somebody where they in charge for election, not to America with the talk about, not to England with the talk about, not to Australia, where somebody can still be in charge and still hold in integrity, and still hold in credibility. We see an election happen in Arizona, it happened in Georgia, where Donald Trump in the prom the election, some guy, a Republican person, the one in Arizona, then tell us, no, they will mix anything. Donald Trump asked them all kind with and said no, even though not Republicans. But you didn't get turned out because Donald Trump not going to fire him. It don't become a time for some of them government officials here, their institution, people on the head their institutions here, make we begin for let people let they vote for it. When we the people vote for you, you the president not get power for fire them. The police, the same thing. We got to make the institution here, the police, the judiciary, even the anti-corruption guy, make them as independent as possible. Where the president, no matter which decision, because even if that guy cause a gross negligence, laws then they, where people and they wait for whether in a parliament, they go get a power there for punish them, if not suspension, or remove them completely out of the bench. But the president don't forget no hands there. Because then the one that will be write this constitution, 1991, because me not be even no self say somebody been put something they say them for swaying. Look, 1 hour or 24 hours where you don't win them. So they make them like whether we honorable brother be talk to them. We need to talk to them people here. Let them tell me what thing them they think, what thing that be their mindset. What if they go through the head? Because how you go take a one-party state constitution for making kind to play for a democratic dispensation? How does the work? Because down the way they be right now for one person. Now in one green forget everything. Now one green parliament, no other party no day. Now one party, one member of parliament. That's it. The member of parliament, everybody in one party. That's in a more than me right now for. Why the time what this thing be done solve? Whether me go na Lume, whether me get that Lume peace accord, or whether me get that Lume peace thing. Why they not been talk for change the whole constitution? Because hey, we don't go through 20-year war. If not for change, now let we overhaul. Now we're going to democracy, now a democratic dispensation, change the whole thing. Why they hold on to the 1991 union? When now, then people had to use the cause all the mayhem here. Gentle, you know, I don't want to let Gentle win because Gentle, I know they see anything. They talk, but I don't know if he will do. But because of the humiliation where this lady go through the past 5 years, where she attacks a whether honorable Tondone, that guy there for some reason, like say the Siam. I remember during that time they say that cleaning day. The way where that guy they been to talk to that lady, that guy, not even a deputy minister, that guy they talk to the lady like saying in Peking. I mean, for God's sake, you know somebody win election, I appoint you. This woman are people and vote for her. Whereby right now, in like a president in a small way, you they talk to the woman like saying that you born out. He talk so down on the woman. I don't know side. I don't know side Marabi you go put her. That whatever funny name that we get children or whatever. But the thing is, this lady may have been for prefer legend to win. And the only now the same people maybe they're not be for treat her the way they treat this lady. Because waiting this lady get for go through them people, yeah. Waiting this lady get for go through, they get another one they go to higher. Waiting this lady get for go through this time around. Sylvia Blyden, a small sister, we can call it small sister Fatima. Now they why they ready for this lady. Because now, in fact, Parliament not this because who side then get 81, then they get 54. Who's supposed to the commodity? This is the one they vote, the one they not vote. Nothing no do matter be for Senate again. Where they even take a debate. Pass the one debate too if the one respect the constitution. But who side respect it? All to the party, they don't damage the constitution. Now the thing this they make they go back to APC. Now when I start this trouble. Now when I start for disrespect this, where some people like they say, well, the evil that evil they pass this evil. The abuse no. Abuse na abuse. Any kind of abuse, whether na less abuse, big abuse na abuse. Abuse na abuse. Now then first, now they start some. When I fire elected mayor, when I fire elected vice president, then when then Keruna go back na the court na signatory to, when I tell them so we need to list it to. Now I watch, they not go to court because they know exactly what's in that court they go for tell them. If they go back na Okewas, they know exactly what's in the minister of justice or the attorney general with them good select next go tell us say when I what in the words of don't lost by me when a southern state where they listen to now the same thing they go for tell ECOWAS if they lost the case now then go to ECOWAS so they're not going for go because now the bed this way they make now the bed get chuk go let on there now you make them go let on there now the thing this way they talk about bad. Do things the right way, not because it feel good for you today. Somebody go say, well, now make them pull and come out. You know what? Me they look for the one who pull and come out. They look for the one who make up. The one who make the bad laws. Now I need to go to. Just like what Mr. Williams will say, Travis. People like our black country. Now they make this a constitution. Now they put them together. In fact, I understand say, in a black country, I can't go to parliament. I go table on a parliament. So what have been their mindset? Why they write within the right? Where this constitution not get nothing to do with the people. Because one grand constitution, they get 5 old them. If they write one thing, then they write one chapter, they tell you say subsection 2B, then subsection A1, then subsection 2A, then subsection 2A, they support one side. You be the silent guy and they be they argue. One thing I don't they watch 2 members of parliament, they argue, now AYD, one APC, one SLPP. The one they talk to, well, subsection 2A say this. Then the other one says, well, what about subsection A say this? So they make the constitution, we say one say one, we favor the other party. Then the other one say something, we favor the other one party. Then the whole land out and sit down and say, well, this favor me. Then they say, this favor me. So whose side we go? Whose side we go? In a like way 2 nurses that snap, they argue, then they argue say in they think about the patient, the other one say in they think about the patient, but the patient lay down at the bed, they wait for medicine. All man they argue, would I get right? Till the patient die. Salon at the patient. You get them 2 people there, where they argue, this they argue like say a care about the nation. This they argue like say a care about the nation, but would I can bleed? Would I can bleed? Like say they don't even think. Say, you know what? This not right. When we go get that one person, they will go say, you know what, enough is enough. Let we change this constitution. Let we bring every Sierra Leonean we concern, from Kukriu man to Panlamp man to even homeless. Don't bring everybody, question them, ask everybody. Let them put a brand new constitution. Like why? What in Kenya they enjoy today so? Uhuru Kenyatta, neither the one. We just not say, you know what, we're going to change this constitution. Now in Kenya they enjoy so. So now that no more, my brother. I don't want old people them. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, Omar. Yes, Ezekiel. What do you get for it today?
Thank you so much, Triple A, and all the panelists here. First of all, I want for basically congratulate the Sierra Leonean people. They exercise their rights. A lot of them they undergo a lot of problems and struggle for letting just vote for the policy way they want to lead the country again for the next 5 years, or the people and way therefore lead the country for the next 5 years. Una do a great job. Not feel say what you do it not make sense. It makes sense. This democratic process it therefore takes some time. When you not even reach 30 years, it will begin for practice. All the country are who we try for copy, try for do how then they do things. Some them don't do enough for 200 years. So I want for Leona understand say America who they always talk about. time day, we as black people and women, they're not even getting right for vote. So this democracy here for let it stand strong. Now I think we dirty, it messy, it takes some time. But the one that way and they continue for provider exercise. Now una they lay the foundation so that the next 50 years where people and go they boast of Sierra Leone democracy. Now una been done lay una back them, una finger them, una mouth them, some una endure slap, some una endure disgrace, some una endure head pleats, some you not even sleep in your house. For let you make sure say this democracy get foundation. So first of all, I want to encourage you and say, una do well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So the other thing, democracy na competition way people and they try for compete. You say being way they go vote now. Somebody way you vote for, that means you vote against somebody else. And so in that process, one person get for come on top. And so waiting you for land as supposed way they go vote. You for always prepare yourself, say the one way they go vote for, a possible say you know go come on top. And if you not prepare your mind for that, it will try for give you this kind of heart pain and headache. And so the thing where you need for land, before you go vote, 2 days before you go vote, now you say go na market, begin for sale so that you go feed the picking there. That same thing, even if na your man be win, tell me, if you not go na that market and do the same thing, who say you go pull money? Nowhere. Your man win, you feel good. That no go still feed you. So I want to let you sit down back and think, say, okay, that exercise don't pass. I be vote for the one who I vote for, who I want to vote for. If he not win this time, hopefully next time the other person go win. Because the reality is, the man who win himself don't know how much dirty it take for win. In other words, if that person will beat again, dirty beat before it win. So that means it don't understand. Say, una self don't begin to understand democracy. That means if una put somebody there for like provide for una, you not provide. Next time you get for sweat pass what he sweat for now before it win. So una exercise not go in vain. However, not forget say that market way been go for go sell before you go vote. Now they back you for go for continue for take care of yourself until you begin for see how them people here una they vote for, how then they change things. So that na me encouragement to una all. Second, I want let una know say the politicians then way they been the count una, then they play game. And it therefore take time because again, democracy will una the Sinayana way they flourish is over 200 years. The we not even reach 30 year age. So here is the pattern way then they do. When people and they fail, the one they will una vote for, the one they way that then they lead una community. We then fail for provide which they be promised una few years ago before they come back to una. They not be able to provide waiting they be promised say they go provide. So we then come to you, then they come with technique. And this now the technique way then they play. And I will connect her to the violence way they happen in our community. So this game way then they play is that way then come. You know say me, I for don't do great things in this community here. We will be don't plan all. But you know would have been the cause that problem they. Now we opponents. In this case, now APC, they not give we chance follow we do anything. Anytime we want to do something good, they mess them up. Anytime we want to do something good, they mess them up. Well, you don't in that place stay for 5 years, you want let something good happen. It not happen. The man now we in a power, they can't tell you say, now in company, you will not be vote for. Now cause that problem they. You don't talk over and over, punch and you ace. You said begin believe that game day. So as a result, you they look now for any APC person. You man don't tell you say nine cause the problem. We be say nine been a leadership we for don't provide for you. And I just they mention APC and SRPP because now that we get APC be don't play that same game. I make we kick them out 2018. SLPP don't play this game. Fortunately for them, they don't win. But now at the connector, this is how the violence they happen. Because they don't come to your community, can't play this game by you. Instead of una all sit down as group. They say, no, bro, you dey na power. You get all the power. You get police then na you side. You get community leaders then na you side. If you come with your policeman and come to we leader na this town and tell us say na this we want to, how you can tell we say na APC make una don't do it? But they not they you not get time say for talk about that. You not get time for think about that because the leader will probably you believe in and they don't come, then don't probably get a small package. In can now and motivate you now with small package for long now go take care of business. Now so una they end up for perpetrate this problem now una community. Una they take dirty una go pack now community now one person you do not how in been don't say una not they win. Now you don't win. You go put dirty now in place. You go scatter in buffer. You go destroy all the property we get. You dey cap some mind head. What till you they gain out of that? Like I say, before the election come, now you be the go fend for yourself. We election done so. Sit down if them go car with her. Not to use such a girl for go fend. So why you they waste your time for go disturb you the people who are in the same community? We una all for the bounce of. So let me tell you how life day. Nobody know Hebrew or get the idea for Hebrew run in all the areas then in life. In other words, you sometimes you smart for come with idea, but you not get money for make sure say that idea work. You see who say you problem there? That means you not get all the answers. You get ideas, you not get money. If you get idea, you get the money. Sometimes you don't get the manpower. You need somebody. So all these community members who they go attack. Una all need una self because who say you the worker? Sometimes that man way they go chop his head in the Hebrew run na that area. Who say you they run? Sometimes in the worker as una come together, waiting they happen. Una they fly. So una begin for think for una community. Una left for the attack one another. See, don't think about this. That person will go chop his head. So na Sierra Leone, na you neighbor, na the community there. Like them, una day in a village. I know say old people and they wait them want that blacksmith day for be productive. Because if you not make the hole, you not get for go make hip for lay plant. If you not make you cutlass, you not get for go brush. Una all sit down. Young man, they sometimes they not in that villages. Sometimes they not they ever go help on a farm. Then go scatter that blacksmith in place. By the time it a bill for let make cutlass and hoe for you. Now your season for planting don't expire. So you see how the hungry go begin for scatter another community. Things and they will not need for sit down and think about. It's so simple. It's very simple. But when they make them complicated because the politicians then they play the game pounder. Una not listen to them. We the one can divide the community and not listen to them. Just tell them, say, Pa, we want this community for develop. If you come with something, we go help you, alhamdulillah. If the other person come with something, we go make this we community develop, praise God. Una accept them all so that they go develop una community. And they see some man, they don't so wire up, they don't so pack evil in their heart. So tell one person they come on, one can make school at the village. Then don't take a grudge. Then they na SLPP person just now. Who cares? Not to you picking them go there. Jagaban they can make court barrier. That person will not even sabi and they say one person. Who cares? Not to una get her. He go can't tot and put her in back and carry and go. Usa ever Jagabandi. Come on, man. Community leaders who not come together and begin for tell people like, sir, we are not care. That man they can't help we. You know me say I go vote for him. You show we what he go do for this community. Last year in physical. Then I go no. Not to for can't tell me been day me. No, build. Build. Don't can't tell me say you na me brother or you na me tribesman, you na me. No, build. Let's help this community. Una begin for holding people here. Let them up come play game. We then come. Una just say, pa we whole world, pass we see them. Until una don't vote for them now, 5 years they not do for on the 4th year, then come back and they begin to woo you. How did they forget so quick, but how? How? Are they only say this for jogu una minds then let una begin think for una self so that una would make sure say then do something good for una community. Not to turn this for the run after your neighbor. Attend this for the actually car with your neighbor so that una go build something for una self. That politician, they not ever live in that village there. They can't make you, they go chop your neighbor. Please, Lord, we come together. Look for peace. Look for peace. The other thing I want for talking in relation to policing. If anything, they come out of this disagreement with APC about these results, we hope say people are waiting and get cool head. People are waiting and they say that there's a big book pass everybody. And I hope say una go come up with something meaningful for leadership and community policing. Because here's the truth. If McKinney no gets a community police posse where he born at that place, we sabi the culture for lead the police then, una they make it difficult. You pull somebody, police way don't dey nabo for the all rest of in life, you carry it and camping and a McKinney, it make it difficult for do community policing. Let's say you posse way been done dey na McKinney for a long time as a policeman, you make and you allow the mayor for choose that person there as the police chief. And the police chief and the mayor and the town council leaders, they all come together and plan, say, we want to forget a community policing. We want at least every week, get all the youth leader, the women's leader, every area where they get leaders. We come and meet and begin to ask how the police then go, how we the police go help una for make sure say we get with community in a cool hand. When you involve the leaders, the youth leaders, every area leader as a police, guess what thing will happen? We will sit down and oversee you open big mouth. Makenu na come out tomorrow. Now the youth leader, where you police, you've been done to talk to for peace, for let una maintain the community. Now the first una they run to. Hey, that message way they can do you get a youth there advice and say no, but this and we you turn law make sure say then tia not happen. When you don't do that, the women's leader go advise the women, the men's leader go do that, the youth leader go do that, the area boys then do that. Guess what thing will happen? That una business go run smoothly. They not go listen to that person. We just spew nonsense out. But we una kind of power no more. Whoop, pull that man a bow, send an McKinney, pull that man in a Freetown, send an a bow. We not understand the community sometimes not even sabi talk the language. You know. All of a sudden, every small thing now for just go fire. You see how the problem will continue. This small Sierra Leone will get small so una not able to provide leadership every time una they talk about I'm a doctorate, I'm a this, I'm that, and una they provide simple solution way they help the community. Now every little thing una just want drop the hammer on people. And the last one now we people that won't una day in leadership. Leadership. The one that we then defend are very difficult for execute, waiting the need for execute now their community. Now because not all leaders there. Like how AAA been they mention in most area now situation then go they either they're connected to the power that be and I make them pin them by people and so they not even know they not even know how to talk to people any small thing pow. And not to the SFP slogan. I make I say that slogan this now me na be opposition. You make me leader. I go make sure say every simple Sierra Leonean go hate that language there. But anyway, not to that they are mean. Now just the word itself. Paupa and a million way I say now you for obey. It not fine. Every small policy way you see as a Sierra Leonean, it get right, then get feeling, then get emotions. You know. Then they only agree because they don't get no other answers. If you forcefully do things on their head, then they only accept them because they don't get any other means. Just like you, we left power, Jishno, you go accept any of their forces, then they will drop by you. So you as leader, from starting to the president, all the way down, please, this democracy is tough for practice, it's tough for exercise. Not forget thick skin, cool-headed. and love in mind for people. If you get down there, you go take this democracy to the next level. That means then get for cost you a lot, then get for call you names, but you get forget the mindset for call the one way they try for criticize you, for give them direction. It's possible within it they say it makes sense to Ram, but in general it not make sense. But because it makes sense to Ram, and that now the level of your understanding, so it they continue for hold on to Ram. And you not try for friend we have for educator for let you understand about waiting, make you know they do them the way how in the one let you do them. Now they continue for fight. Guess what? Now you they in charge. Now you go be antagonized because you go see and say na feature. Now that you for try for exercise for pull yourself there. So you know for be a president way for mute. And you for be a president where they constantly remind you of the difficulty we would face and how you they try your best for handler. And always try for understand the situation where the people and they in. Things are difficult too, and things get for be even harder. So Leone, they always try for prepare on you where they try for just go sit down at Freetown for sit down sake. Advice. You find way if you're not able to get business, go in a village, small, you make small garden. Then how many times when people in the say cassava leaves, then they say concrete, then they say pepper. Go there and begin for practice that for yourself. Or else you might end up in the line of kush. Because when you frustrated and every time, and then you sit down, the only thing where you go appease your mind, you say, oh, I'll take something, I'll forget. As a result, you become a kush minister. So this is the time for let you make preparation for yourself. And they constantly say this, things are going to be harder and harder because the one way they expect for let and give you all the time, themselves the young difficult. The young difficulty, they continue for increase. So wise up, care for your community, and you waiting in leadership, take leadership and show love to Sierra Leoneans. God bless we all. Thank you so much, Triple.
Thank you very much, Ezekiel.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. One for say thanks to Ezekiel for his contribution today. Welcome on board, Usman. Your summary for the week, sir.
Yeah, thanks AAA for giving me the platform and thanks for talking me through all this thing that would happen at the week. Salute. Mostly we know at the period of this election we don't talk about more events regarding the political parties, political leaders, the security sector, the international body, we do not partners and the observers and individuals and then even the citizens that would have the electorate wouldn't they vote. But what we see all now just a game of, you see, the electorate versus this electorate. Which I mean here, the electorate are the one that all would if we did who vote or would are eligible for showing franchise that your right for seeing that the country belong and for saying they take part in voice in the area so that you be able to take part by any change on a fundamental principle when you see that thing would do as a policy. Because when you look at the electorate there now, then are the one then way the party members, one are the politicians them way they try for pick who that they want against to the people them who get for elect. So now the system this who we don't call now, now the PR system. So you get the selectorate, select who that they want, for let them go put them before the one they will get for vote and elect. So it become a two-way system, one are two opposite words and how for deal with NTI and based on the understanding. But because we see how the Constitution, according to Section 38, how they deal with a parliament, then give powers and mandates to the ECSLM, then overrule until they go to court, they manage for go before. But the maths wouldn't begin work would take to the end, so it looked very, very much difficult for understand. But all we know say they use percentage. You know, we go in detail again how they divide there, how they add there, subtract. We say we get percentage, then do them. We'll see even the outcome of it today when the man be even get problem with templates. See templates. See templates get a problem for add the maths where they show. It's a templates then get a difficulty for some clearance them. So therefore sit down there before people them when him be don't get days then when he do all what he do for present and still and wait till they add back. So that's your way of the new system, how you go enter. You are an institution, you as a politicians, who now they come, now they bring new thing, how the people then get for enter the system, how they will understand. But it's always a big challenge because now we they see say most times within the shift, the change, now how the individual and character, who that day who they make rule, and when they make rule, who that day for go do am, within and tell them for do. But that one day can ask the citizens them back how it will affect them. But when the citizens, if they say now you citizens look the cost of inflation, the security sector, the health sector, how you go able for participate for let you go put you on say one say this na me right or na referendum for say according to chapter 11 when that rule they will pan I think now 5 when our government and the people and that constitution right there, it tell we plainly say, according to what's we on sovereign for say we did for ourselves now, we're not under colonial rule, we're not sovereign, we do what you want. The talk say the civilians them or the citizens or the electorate they get power, now therefore make a change to any referendum. Like we don't handle the PR system, now therefore vote. But you see how they not ever mention as they can always say that parliament instead, then pick what thing they want out of the constitution for let them go get their own way for let things work. It's very difficult to understand how most times they can decide in a parliament about what thing the citizens them get for do towards when they say democracy, how it go. So you question all entire most times how the citizens go able to participate. Who side in democracy day? Because now the one what they don't say they don't get elect out because they don't select them. Where he named 2 particular tribe and then tribe there, then go able to get on vote at the western area. So you begin the question, say, well, now that man they try for forge. That man when they talk to so say he want forge. The president say he want forge peace. He want forge coalition. He want forge for let go before. If you go begin to tell and say, well, this particular tribe the full and another tribe, then go vote for you this, and then would they get stipend? Now you know kind of more don't can give you stipend. So you begin to question how will they lead to let we go get a lasting peace. Who go able for lead me usai fact go dey and person go able bring a contribution how he go able break for le you no look tribe you no look anything you just look to the needs of the people them and waiting I will take for them I bring them he go able for go before. In terms of the international relationship that one day is questionable because itself now another area will go for build quite a lot because what we see in a form say where it go difficult for understand this is now the area of Chinese relationship we don't get, and this is the area of the US also not in favor of 10 people. Now it be don't begin time ago. There was a time when we've been talking about Russia, then they can give me some cleaning truck them when they courage when they supply. That point I remember I can contribute to we're a sovereign state. But when they make party, now we know how they do them. So we will not go come out. So the other one that when they can't inside, when they want to make party with we, they have to go cool. But this is a game where they play on the outside side, but now we in the can affect. Best again on we own institutions there, what we for don't back up for strength and we say no, whatever it be, but yes still we institutions and they work. But when you look all them, what in the police and I can give example. Well, even America says now, then party say now, then they not credible. Then they go now on a court or look at the UK and they do this. But it's simple. Yesterday, they say for Kergo people in Rwanda who don't take a long time. They mean the government don't pass the law. They don't even spend money for take people who they carry illegally, who they not able get students, they go keep in Rwanda, whichever country come on now, Rwanda. Okay, but the point here is the people are going to court. When the civil service organization, them other people say, well, we not agree. This is against human rights. The court don't clearly say the government is not get right for them. So the line there between institutions and how the people and they make decision. So some of the way they compare, if you look back, say, well, if then they do this, then go do this back. But if they take one part all the time, anything we can, we take one part. If not the constitution will not take one part. If even finance come or donation come, they take them back. So everything, then they take. By the time it reach that poor man, there's no development. So I don't only hope so then we will try to look into why the people in the electorate, they have to look at the electorate and let the electorate, they not go just the elect for something where they enjoy seeing a season, now paddle, because all man would enjoy for dance paddle, now election time. No, we all just enjoy the fun of it. Let you know the be so, make it be a point of change with any step we take, that for let we will go before. And let God help we, let God help our nation, so that knowledge, that gap we there for development, will still nobody know day for let you go show them. The knowledge, some of them get them, but because I say, then they obey the party more and they fear for some things with the agenda we then get, so that we will not go get any kind of thing, and we will get that transparency and we'll go breed accountability and we'll go get good ideas done properly instead of good ideas done badly. Thank you so much. Now we get development so that we country will go before. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, friend.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you.
Well, I say thanks to Uswin for your submission. Look out to Mr. Williams. You get 5 minutes, sir.
Yes. Truthfully, I hear all the election, I hear the last result today. Well, now that's all we wait for you. You know you're here now. Last the result. We know you're here all. Anyway, although they say we are not satisfied, but especially the APC, they're not satisfied and they go court. And they say don't talk, say that they go court. Which is fine. And I hope say at the appeal to the court, the judiciary, one thing that they appeal to them, dear, when they get the case go, the court, dear, I beg them for they let them prove their credibility this time. Let you get a little bit hope on them. Dear, when they get this case go, let them televise them. Let we the people, the citizens, let them see how the ECSF man show transparency till you get this number then. They can do that. Then they get all the machine, all the equipment in the court. Then they go show the citizens them how they're able to get them numbers they are till they call the result. And then televise them. Then the citizens themselves see them. And Malik will be out of the country. Let us see them because we go to my YouTube, we go see them. Because most of whenever they go somewhere in case, let me televise them. My YouTube I see all, I follow up. I see them. All. You see? So I see when the APC will raise objection, they know enough to advise the case because of campaign time, this, that, and so forth. And also be Fisher, and also be one and no answer. But I knew the But he come up to them and say, no, we'll go televise them. It's good for the citizens. We'll let them see how the how to judge the case. Which is right. I agree with them 100%. I agree. But this time, when people say the case go to court, let the court do the same thing they can't do Samura case. I think they can't, they do transparency, they bring justice, where the citizens will see the transparency. I think some of you will satisfy. Some of you will say, okay, now so it be, all right, because election and one must win. Other two persons will win. So when they do that one day, at the appeal, when they get the case going to come in, not going to say, when motion go right, they say, no, we don't agree with plan behind scene. No. When they do a bango day, let the citizens see, and then ESL or ESC, what they call them, let it go in a court and show how he managed the election and transparent the election, may come up with this result. Because you know what? Even when we not there, some of this is not there, when they count, the international body still the stress say the election not transparent. So, as we say, the judiciary, they will take note on that. Serious one. So they first take note of that and work on that and make themselves find out why the international community say the result, the count, they not talk about the result, say the counting system not transparency. So that week the citizens they ask the court. Let the court transparent, let the court show they televise them. Let we see how Mohammed Kane come up with the result and how it transparents the counting. If they can only do that, and we see justice on that, believe me, we are going to get 100% believe you know, but we begin start they get small justice. Regardless who appoint them, do your work according to your conscience. You see? So when you do your work according to your conscience, we go see. Two not for see. Two, not for see anything. Those you do them in the justice way. I don't know we will begin get it on the judiciary. But when I do that, I'm afraid. And they appeal to the APC. All this you will see so. It can cause all this. From shaking them, we will warn them, we will tell them, we will advise them, we will be able to serve a proper manner. Now I don't cancel. Now we see so. All these police attitudes, now they create all. Now they create all it in there. You see, that's sorry no more. We just sorry no more. When we the positives in them, we not be mixed to them. We will not be realize anything from them. Now we they can suffer. Now the positives in them suffer. Now they suffer. Definitely they can suffer harder because of APC. APC that they do all this. But again, the advice they back when they carry this case going to court. Then they get all the facts. Because they look at the case go, they tell the actions were not to sue. Because the court get procedure. The court get procedure. You will carry your facts go. When you will carry facts go, they tell you, say, no, this application will submit is all right. They go left arm, and then they'll come back to the next 2 or 3 years back. And how the case will call court. It never court. Una care, una get una homework, una get all una evidence, una get una do all una homework, submit the case. I always submit the case. And in this case, a very sensitive case. I don't see no petition, no election petition where the judiciary do on television. I don't see a one day in my life. Where they do on television. I don't see a one day. So this could be a test case to the judiciary. Then the television, they will see Mohammed Kane do this election, transparency. They will go see him. I would say that could be the best to the citizens. Them, they will be able to get satisfaction, and that's one of the ways where healing will come to the citizens. Them, small bit. People, the citizens will get healing small bit on that television. Televise, no, not that televise, when they televise the case, we all see. I think this is a big challenge for the judiciary. So that's me. We will recommend. When they televise the case, when the case could start. And APC, we will not wait here because the time frame, because the constitution, the time frame. We will not submit the time when we will submit the case, forward the case, and ourselves, we will not disappoint ourselves, disappoint we all. Anyway, the constitution, they are giving 2 minutes. All right, dear, the constitution, we will try for change them. I don't think they say we will change the constitution now during the SLPP because it don't work for them very well. But anyway, where they go make go change them, I don't know. And then they maybe they get out of the way. So yeah, I tell you now, thank you, and I wish Sierra Leoneans the best of luck. Bye bye.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Williams. Yes, Mommy.
Hello.
Yes, sir. You get 5 minutes.
Yes, sir. Yeah, thank you very much, Triple A. I think Victor make a very, very salient point them. We I be one touch on, but moving forward, now it come back to the structures the SLPP governments be put in parliament for make an argument for this PR system. The PR system don't come back, the censors don't come back, and everything where people in get concerned over, the reality don't come show. Say the fundamental point of why all them things here be implemented. For me, one person gets the how go call them. For me, it gets an overhand. For me, the other person gets a step above the other person. APC first of all be set up the provinces for get another extra district. For me, then get an advantage. Now, then get advantage with the particular votes that we get before. Now, we don't see this other political party come. What they then do, they implement a system. Because first of all, let we narrate why the system was implemented. You see, say there are certain provinces within Sierra Leone where now the two negotiate as much for a third party or a second party. Which is probably I know I'm a person take like say I try for bring up somebody in the spotlight, but the south and the southeast is a place where it be say you do not play with a particular political party because probably 90 to 95% will go for this political party when at the SLPP. But the other side, they relatively can get some balance in what they do based on the kind of record who gets in voting. The north, the central, the north, the northeast, and the ED get say they are very, very flexible. So if the SLPP look at your stronghold and implement the PR system, they knew what they were doing. Now it comes to the point, we ask all the people that will be there in favor of the PR system, where they say, oh yeah, then they get a representative, now they get a stronghold, now they not go get na the south. Now let them come explain to we how this come about, or what in exactly, because we'll be the arguing tell people and say this PR system, it just come for me, it supports one person, and they knew what they were doing. And after that, at the end of the day, what you APC just forget na the parliament. If you go get probably a 2/3 of the vote of the parliament, what in really the other political party get for go do na parliament? Where it be say even where we get a hung parliament, then refuse for medicine parliament day, we for don't give a total progress with so many things within the for give a checkmate into the ruling party, it never worked. How about now if you go get a 2/3, almost a 2/3 of the votes, what in actually you they expect from an opposition? I don't think so you go expect so much. So in my opinion, I know one may person follow me, but I believe say APC go likely go ceremonially na the court. After we then go na the court, if they not see them, maybe they may want to get an option of say, okay, Lord, we just try for stay away from the parliament. Let them do to and get for the, because if even you did it, it's useless. Whatever you argue, it not going to make any other sense. So and then the ruling party get forgets edge over everything. They will change whatever they want to change, and it is their right, because now the mandates that's where the election don't give them, and you're not going to blame them for that. Will they do it in the positive, or will they do it like the example where they don't give in now? For the PR system where they don't implement, where they go in favor of them. Probably na will probably continue for kill the APC political party, who will not go get an opposition anymore. And will go be very dangerous for the country. If then get a good interest over the country, now you come back to the second part. If SLPP, now the party where EBC then care about the country itself as they claim, now maybe the ball then are in court for make all the wrong stuff where APC we don't do before. For me, then come back and say all this, because remember, then get a clause inside the manifesto where say they are going to look into the constitution. They will have the rights to change the constitution just by a 2/3 of the parliament. So with all this, now we all go just sit down and look, will they get the edge where they get now in the political stand? Will they use it in the positive, or they will use it only into their advantage for me then grab the whole country in their hand? We go kill even APC. We're not going able to make APC strive anymore. Because remember, when you begin to get a political party, you get this edge here, the next political vote in them, you know what will happen? Tons of people there for Kambuko. People are not the way ready for start the kind of Yumkela and kind of. Where EBC, you don't start something. Now that make I get so much respect for that NDA party. Where EBC for 20-something years and then they still drag. Now they've come step forward. You understand? Even you don't see them having the vote, but they stand for something. You know, so I highly get respect for that political party. If even then they don't stand right now, they're not as popular, but I respect them for that. So moving forward, will SLPP with this kind scandal they don't get today, will they use it for the positive or the negative? And left now for the time for let it tell we exactly how they get for use them. So I rest my case and I tell you now plenty thank you. I wish everybody a happy weekend.
Thank you very much, Mohamed.
Hello.
Yes, caller, you get 5 minutes.
Okay, good evening, Mr. Tipuli. How you do, boss? How you do, sir?
All right.
Yeah, thank you so much for everything, you know, for at least for the keep we do, like, you know, for the know exactly where to go on our county. I'm on the phone. For know where to go exactly on our county, you know. I just want to make me own short contribution, because like the way I'm on the phone. Because like you know, like from everything where they go on at the county, we're not able to know if not to you and all. So we tell you thank you so much and ever all. Because like this, the whole thing about this election so far, where we see 2 TV and all, like it's so crazy. Like the transparency of the election so far, like people not get no transparency so far, like when it comes to like choosing the new leader again at the county. Like people they exercise their franchise, like when it comes to election, like you see so certain things and they really go like where people they report it online, like this violence and other things, and they where people they show like where the present government's not able to put stop to all the things and they so like this is so sad to the county and all like like the county say now we all county. If things like this they happen, like it's so sad. This is so sad because like also we get for on our ways. Most of we like waiting at the diaspora right now. We are scared for even go Sierra Leone because the way we see they teach we on people like when they back home, it's so scary. The thing's so scary. So if we go, what we feel say Nigeria forever for happen. It's so like we're so afraid for going at the county right now, and like this mob justice everywhere. Somebody not for say something or whatever, give your contribution to your county development one again. They run after you, come after you. So like it's so sad, So like I just say a citizen will just at least like try for give me your contribution towards this. And I thank you for everything we don't do, like for the keep we posted and everything. Because without you, like people like some of you, me, I'm not probably able for the know nothing so far where they go on that county, and this is not just me on contribution towards the program and to my fellow Sierra Leoneans that really listen as well. Thank you very much, Mr. Triple.
Yeah, thank you very much, caller.
Okay, sir. Yeah.
Yes, caller, what do you talk to?
Yeah, my name is Mr. Connor. Hi, Mr. Connor.
All right.
Yeah, first time caller.
Okay, welcome, sir. You get 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think, I've been a long listener to your program. I think if I was totally would have been my classmate. I know say go school now, but here's the point. Somebody, I think the third speaker actually talked something that is actually prominent in this whole saga about the politics in Israel. I think the second or third person before you close the line that said that APC is the one that all this thing. APC is the one that have propagated all this stuff that coming out. It's just coming to bite them, and then it's causing a whole lot of problem here. Imagine how long APC has been in power. They introduced, even somebody was just talking about the one-party state. Who introduced it? APC. I was a young boy by then, and I know how much our people were threatened. I mean, the whole country. I'm not talking about just one region. For how everybody, because there was no system, nobody says anything. It was introduced by Sheikh Stephen. We went on a one-party state for the longest. Who we used to have prime minister and this and that. Then Sheikh Stephen changed it to presidential, which was good because we're in the modern time now. So all these things, the way I see it is that let APC go to court. Instead of all this rankling that they are doing, they are saying, threatening the peace of the country. It's not good for anybody. It's not even good for them. I mean, let's reverse this whole thing. Madabio say, okay, APC take the power. If he take the power and with all this rankling that they are trying to bring, mayhem into the country, we just went through a war. I mean, we know, we are still seeing people suffering all over the whole country, but we are seeing people who were lamed. Why are we not thinking about that? Why are we not thinking about Sierra Leone first? These people are not, every one of them, including Madapio, every one of them are just there, for themselves. The only thing I can say is that about the president right now is that development programs have started. Let's give him a chance. Let's build on whatever he has started, because that's the only way
that this country is going to develop, that we are going to compare ourselves every now and then. When I hear people comparing Sierra Leone to even Rwanda or America, or are they kidding me? Are you kidding me? What have we got to compare Sierra Leone to any country? You know, when APC was in power, they said they brought electricity. The day the government changed, electricity was gone. If they had built roads, why would the country spend money again on building roads? If they had fixed the water system, why would another government spend money to fix the water system? Electricity, why would another government spend money on? They would just build on whatever they had done if it was sustainable. But that was not the case. So all I am saying is that our people have really gone through hell and back. Let these politicians give people the chance for them to live their lives. You know, election is just, you know, regroup yourself and then prepare for tomorrow. But every now and then, these people, I mean, we are seeing all these videos going around. All these people are going to come and kill all the Mende people. All the Mende people say, oh, we are not going to stand for. Well, it's not going to benefit anybody. It's not going to bring any development to that country. I'm really happy, you know, about my whole family, you know, especially my family, my wife. To listen to this program is like, you know, when you are doing it, all my wife is glued to it. You know, so let people give peace a chance. Let's go through the court system. These things happen. The last time I can remember, I think it was 2012. I think the SAPP lost and they went to court. Christiana Top, when they were counting the votes when she announced the result. These things are not, especially for our country, it is not right. It is not right. But I don't want anybody to come and start poisoning people that it has never happened or this and that, or it's only happening now about during this regime. It is not right. Let these people give our people a chance to live their lives. Things are already difficult. Things are difficult. I came from Australia last month. I know. I couldn't even remember the places I grew up from. Huh? I can, you know, for real. Let these people give our people a chance to live their lives. They are not fighting for anybody. Thank you very much, my brother.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Connor. You not see me miss call?
The God that does this here now. I'll be good.
Okay, hello, make it quick. All right, make it quick. Yes, sir. 5 minutes.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you, Triple A. Thank you. You know, actually, it's sad what they happen. I can understand everybody gets your own opinion. You know, I can follow you all this while. Like yesterday, I think you make one parable. They say the one who therefore point married, not for talker. You know, for me, actually, you know, that parable is wrong. You see, if we fail for correct the wrong things now, then we shall with the head into. This is the problem as we face now. See, all of these things they happen as a launch in this country, you know, new. Because thank God, you know, you get documentary of every little thing where they take place from where them past years here. If we can recall where will they follow you. You see, we look at all of this PR system, how people in debate and how it come into play. We look at the census, how people frown like this and how it come into play. So all of these things are premeditated plan. You see, sometimes people can let go back to say, oh, the one party states now, so they don't happen from certain time, and they fail for the license. We therefore shy away from all of these things and not with, because that is what this government way they can afford. They promise me. Now people will go back to say, now so Christian I talk back been doing cancel this Kailao Coach Barry or Christian I talk they fail for the license. And then go back and look at that the video then they. And let that woman I analyze the results and the reason they will give for that particular police station why he cancelled that because of the mandate and overvoting and stuff. So he explained that and he give it number and he say whether he not satisfied, you go cross check and then make sure then cross check and the results stand. So you see none of them today. But today we come back for compare. What did they happen at this present moment, my brother? It's not really funny. You know, how can people we see people then they line up early in the morning for go votes. We see people and they provide light with their phone there for count. We see people then climb up into walls and they outside and they help for count and they echo the counting. All of a sudden, they know the voice and they not get them. So how about this? So while we go sit down, well, international body don't discredit this thing, other local organizations they don't discredit this thing, then we they say more could move on. How on earth will we move on with the wrong thing? Now this is for left as Sierra Leoneans. You know, we then not diaspora one for land the good thing. They will not want where the good thing starts in our own place. You see, this whole system is just like a cabal of certain people, few people, top elites, they call themselves. They want for all the country at ransom. Look at the awareness, look at the security state, look at the statement already come up from them. When we listen, so it tells you, look at some of this NGO. If somebody from the south is really make as a commissioner, pointedly say the somebody they in for a regime change and they're going to do this. So when they don't come, they left the rest of the security. That's what happened. When they see this upper, all of them small group here. What if we say there's small group here, then kill them party? The only one the way they want for make register. What you can register unity party because Mrs. School no go ever back down for them kind thing there. But they make sure she then get rid of them party. So if they see this thing coming, the writing is clear on the wall, except somebody who not left the country, we no one say the truth. But to be fair enough, some of you are not looking at color. We look at from the day one, what it don't start and how things don't come up so shall we do so today. You see, this is bad for the country. And we therefore correct the wrongs. We don't go take the wrong thing there, put them under the carpet and say, let's move on. No, we can't move on. More people correct the wrongs. More, because for me, actually, I don't, constitutionally they go say go to court. But this court, is it credible? For me, I always have a point. If somebody like LJ and his friends will go further, then go jail them. Then LJ still for civil issue, like a criminal matter. They say he gets a case with the state. He didn't have prison. So just tell me, which court is that in Sierra Leone? People don't go further. They go for 9 months. Young guys. Some of them they today. They won't into all these protests. So which courts in Sierra Leone? So you see the untruth of everything. Because the government just don't hold on to all of them main organization away from it credible. We look at the parliament from day one. We see all what's happened. All of them lost there. If Kedema they get 12 seats, you know, into all of the other districts now, and Kedema and they get 12 seats. You know, check the population with the Kedema. Some of we know them they silent day. You know, I don't. Only by them because maybe but now know the global than how we know they before. But it's not possible because if you look at towards development, it cuts across the country. So, but all of these things, they have premeditated plan way this government put up. So now we see so today, now we imagine. So shall we go into all of this? So we therefore think as Sierra Leoneans, this now we all responsibility. We all got a role to play. Because when the country good, it's good for we all. But when they bad, it go bad for we all. But how we go sit down, few people who all within the diaspora now, we don't get nothing today, they just don't face themselves, then try for make them squeeze the people them for at their own advantage. Because me, I discourage so many of them. If I see somebody like Chris Harding, who take your gun and his other gun for killing your driver, at the end of the day, no justice, nothing. That's why he died down silently. So how about that? So how can we celebrate these people? You know, we have to really think. Not to forget about this partisan or region or will this be not happen before. Not to look at what happened before and not to analyze as what is happening today. Then if you are a true Sierra Leonean, you will be able to really analyze and conclude, say, this is not the right way. We are going the wrong way. And we should not allow that. We therefore stand firm for what we correct the wrong. If we not correct the wrongs now, then at least we're not going for anywhere. We're not heading for progress. Now, me will take this, my brother. Thank you once again. Of course, I'll follow the whole system. I want to say thank you to the team down there and what they do. Like I said, we still get for go with this station. It's like people are more credible now because what did they happen today in this station in Freetown? Believe me, they see when a journalist they interview, they don't know whose side they be. So please, my brother, me I will continue for beg you and for make you stand firm and continue for do what they do. We will continue to mobilize and marshal out some of the good Sierra and we want for make we progress, for make we continue for support and network for what they do. Because they see everywhere and we see the reports are very, very clean, then they show me things. These are the people that we want. So like what they do so, now a very big boost and a help. So we will continue for support this program for make we continue for get some of them good things that way they show me. Thank you once again.
Thank you
God
very
bless
much,
you.
Ahmed. Yeah, thank you, sir. All right, Ahmed, don't lock the remote. Go there tomorrow. I'll follow you arrive on Sunday. And we will come back Monday, re-energized, ready for a new week. I think say APC gets until Monday for file. But I see a lot of people in the comment section say APC not for file. In fact, they've just left them. Because if you, we all know for say the chiefdom na parliament, na the rule inside them day. So that majority we then can want, man, wait left way this particular parliament will go come. Go one pass through, then no go one pass. Or we no go pass. Come on. With all the 16 chiefs then, and then get all Timbo. But now with democracy, na breeze na in the come. There you see, for make it stand the test of time. Make it stand the test of time. Alright. Next week we'll go for one part upline back. We want to do every week. We want to go Sunside. Now they give you the speedo. Okay. Every week we want to go Sunside. Well, let's see who will appear next week. I see someone in the comment section. Hey, go na Kabbalah come out. Go yanda. I dey watch you now. Laure go no more. Yeah. Okay. But if you want to see more places, explore Triple AD. Yeah, Bendo, you're welcome. Explore Triple A, your own team different from the media team. But the media team, they look they encroach by the explore. But wait, I will mail them pay cash. But we'll be yes, so go there, eh? Okay, before we go, I think so we'll go do this.